We're going to get things started. So, and I see that we have a few people here that might be new. And maybe you've joined 1 Million Cups in other communities, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll, for some reason, it is not letting me share my screen. Give me just a moment.
Oh,
here.
it looks like it made me the host. Hang on. Nothing to see here, folks. No one ever had these Zoom problems ever, right?
Never.
It's all our first day on Zoom.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. So here we go. So we're 1 Million Cups, Seattle. We're going to jump in. All right. There's our link tree. Our link tree gives you access, and that'll show up in the chat at some point, or maybe a couple times this morning. But we have a link tree that goes to all the different links that you could probably use at 1 Million Cups. We encourage people to not only mark their calendar for every Wednesday at 9 a.m., but also you can sign up for emails and get connected to the community in other ways through the link tree. What we're about here is we're here to build community. We provide some assistance to people. We share ideas between each other and provide, just general support. We want to encourage the broader community to participate. If you didn't see our LinkedIn post this week, we have even like a list of all the different types of people that we encourage to attend. So we want to be, on that note, we want to be very inclusive. So regardless of why you're here or what you're hoping to get out of it or what your background is, we want you to jump in and participate and get something out of this morning. We're all about connecting. We're not just passing out information or hoping for funding or making pitches. We're about presenting and connecting to each other as people and providing value in that way. So this is a national organization. This is the Seattle chapter, but we're part of this larger group sponsored by the Kauffman Foundation. And there's thousands of attendees every week at Wednesdays at 9 a.m. local, and a huge number of communities out there. So just to reinforce that we're about education, presentations, and connections. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. We have people that provide our systems that support our community. Among those are McLaughlin Method and Method Customization. Thank you. Also, we have volunteers. These are organizers, people that jump in to help out, get things set up and organize the community. We couldn't do it without our organizers, and the organizers are not permanent. They kind of rotate in and out. And if you'd like to be an organizer, let us know. Or if you have a specific skill or something that you want to volunteer to help support the organization, maybe it's something we haven't even thought of before, please let us know. Just shoot us an email. We'd love to talk to you about it. And I know that we've been doing virtual for quite a while, but we do have a in-person event coming up February 16th. We're really excited to jump in on this and do an in-person event. So please mark your calendars for that. That day we will not be doing virtual. We will be doing in-person somewhere in Seattle. Location has yet to be determined. We have a couple that we're going back and forth on. But keep tuned for that. So today it's a little bit different. Usually we do a presentation, and we encourage people to do those presentations and submit to be able to come to our community and do those. But today we're going to do an espresso round. So each person's going to get 30 seconds. I'm going to call on you, and then after that 30 seconds of you just giving your little elevator pitch about what you're doing. And it could be your business. It could be, something that you're doing right now. It doesn't have to be about your business, something that's important to you, and you give us a little pitch on it. Once you've done that, then we're going to allow people to maybe even comment or submit a couple of questions. We'll probably limit to 1 or 2 because we want to keep the momentum going. And then we'll kind of go through that. And then afterwards, we do breakout rooms where if you want to stick around and just connect with people in a smaller kind of group, we have something for that as well. So if you do want to present, because we'll have other meetings to present, the criteria is pretty easy. There's some additional criteria beyond this, but if you apply to present, then Tara or one of our organizers will get back to you, and we'll get you set up for a future meeting. So, and there's that link tree again that I mentioned. So don't forget about that. Also, next week, speaking of presentations, is Nightlife Nav. A long time ago, they came and presented for us, and we're going to get an update next week from them. So tune in next Wednesday, of course, at 9 a.m. for that. And then after that, we'll have the breakout rooms just like usual. So I'm going to stop sharing, and we'll jump into Espresso Rounds and go around. So I'm just going to call out people and jump in, and we're not going to put a big giant timer out there or cut people off necessarily, but I'm hoping you can limit to about 30 seconds, and it can even be shorter if you're more concise. So I'm just going to go around my screen, and you guys can pop in. So we'll start with Katie. Can you lead us off, please?
You bet. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Katie McLaughlin, and my business is McLaughlin Method. And through my business, I am working with leaders and with teams to transform their culture one relationship at a time. So I believe that what is at the core of our challenges in business and work today are the quality of our relationships, our ability to empathize with each other, and the way that we treat each other every day at work. So I'm working with leaders to develop those empathy skills and to help teams heal some challenging relationships that they've had in the past.
Great, thank you. Any comment or question for Katie? You know,
I'm curious. I'm curious. Like, what are you working on right now? Like, you just launched? Yes.
Yeah. So I have a cohort program, like a 6-month program that individuals can sign up to. Normally, I have been working directly with businesses, and they hire me to work with a cohort of people. But I wanted to open that up to the broader people, so that way they can sign up for a 6-month program. And it's a group program where we use my theater techniques to build different skills, to have a lot of fun. Yeah, so happy to talk with anyone afterwards about that. Thanks, Jolene.
Okay, thank you for that.
I have a question for you, Katie. Not to talk all about your new cohort, but who would be ideal for that? If it's individuals, is it people who have employees and lead a team, or just solopreneurs?
Yeah, so ideally it's people who lead a team. And ideally someone who has already had some experience of some kind leading a team, because we're going to be using real experiences that we've gone through in the past to kind of like, let's dissect those and see what might have transpired. What's kind of the other side of the story that we didn't realize before. So it's best if people have some experience, but it doesn't matter how long or kind of what type, just some experience leading people.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Tara, do you mind jumping in next?
Yeah, I can go. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tara Bonds, founder of Take Charge Consulting, and I help professionals and entrepreneurs leverage credit and use it to their advantage. And I do this by helping them with credit repair, credit building and credit education. And my focus is the underserved. So women, minorities, people who had been at a disadvantage when it comes to financial literacy, and currently partnering with nonprofits to further serve those groups of people. So thank you.
Great. Any questions or comments for Tiara? I know that Tiara's a regular, so a lot of people might know a lot about it there. So
Don't be shy. Even if you're new, you can ask questions.
yeah. Okay.
I have a question.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nathan.
What's your favorite part of your job, Tiara? Or your work with your clients?
My favorite part. I honestly like so basically my job is battling with the credit bureaus and the collection agencies on behalf of my clients. And so there's a few companies that just collection agencies, their practices are just very wrong. They're very intimidating to consumers. And so getting their collections off of my client's credit report is like the best feeling in the world. It's like, I don't know, it feels like just sticking it to the man. So I think that would be my favorite part. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, thank you. And next I have on my list is Wisseth.
Yeah, you got
Am
it.
I pronouncing that right? Okay.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Wissett, with the longest last name ever, so I'll skip my last name. It's my first time joining you all from Los Angeles. My name is Wiss, or Wissett, whichever you prefer. A co-founder of Lens VR. We are a software company that bring renderings to life using virtual reality to assist architects and architectural designers. It's quick and easy to use, so anyone can use it, even my co-founder's dad, who was in his 60s, no learning curve at all. And we made this because this allows you to walk through your project, a home or a commercial space, true to spec before it's built. So the couch that's 8 feet in your computer, that's 8 feet in VR. That way that this prevents delays and saves money, and most importantly, makes your customer happy.
Nice goal. Any questions? Yeah, it definitely sounds like cool technology.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sheila.
I'm living in a development that's building houses all the time, and I just remember the grid paper from those days of trying to, have the right size couch in mind for the small space. Who's your customer?
Yeah, customers right now, actually, my co-founder, his dad is an actual architecture designer. He grew up in the trades, and I'm 35, he's 36, so he was in the stage where he did 2D and 3D, but it was still like hard to talk to the customers, saying, hey, this is your home, right? So our demographic is anyone, basically any designer or architectural designers who wants to have that elevated experience with the customers, because I'm in LA. I work with a lot of construction firms, and sometimes people, they see their dream home on a computer screen, and they say, "Hey, Sheila, let's build it out. Looks great." And they do a walkthrough, and they say, "Hey, the hallway is not as wide as I thought it was going to be." And at that point, right, you won a lotto. You spend like 20 million on your dream house. So the marbles was imported from Italy. So now you have to buy more marbles. You have to make sure that the masonry guy is available in 2 months, and it causes delay. And now the customer's mad because you can't have the first Thanksgiving in your new house. So, this allows you to design everything, which the designers already do. Our plugin converts residential homes up to 10, 15,000 square feet. It will convert in about 20 seconds in real time. So, you can put on your headset and do a walkthrough and have a higher confidence that, hey, this is cool, or if you change, it's done in real time as well. So yeah, we just launched our beta. So if anyone wants to use it for free, let me know.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tim.
And I have Anthony next on the list.
Yeah, 2 years into a pandemic, I still can't figure out how technology works with myself being muted. But
My name is Anthony Turano, and I am a CPA from New Jersey. I work for a firm, mid-sized firm that is 100% remote. And I spend a lot of time working with early phase and growth phase businesses. So nobody wants to hear an accountant talk, so I'll keep it short.
That's very important. I love that. So do you have, Katie, you have a question? Are you asking?
So what's your favorite thing about accounting?
Doing this kind of stuff and not accounting. I literally told that to my boss this morning. I was like, the more networking I could do and the less accounting, the better. But we have, no, I'm kidding. I love her. I love her helping like early phase and growth phase businesses. My background has been in private industry. I worked for a publicly traded software company, and I spent like almost 8 years working at a large firm. And I came to CG about 2 years ago. And one of the things I realized is those early phase and growth phase businesses don't generally know their business very well, but they don't know a ton about accounting and finance. And there's so much stuff that they could be doing better. It has absolutely blown my mind how successful some companies and businesses have been, despite their lack of knowledge about accounting and finance. Like there's so many opportunities out there, so many ways to save money and just do things more efficiently that like, I love being able to help them out and just like tell them things and you see the light bulb go off, and it's really nice. So
It doesn't take accounting knowledge to take people's money. So
yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that comment. I could probably geek out on finances and for quite a while. So very important. Cool. Thank you for joining us. Christian.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really prepared for this, but I'll just say what my company is about. So my name is Christian Rodriguez. I'm the co-founder of FinCom. FinCom is a financial platform that allows companies to pay their users in real time and around the world. We use a cryptocurrency to make the magic happen. Currently, we are focused on helping customers increase their engagement by allowing them to reward users to respond to an email. And we're working on other stuff like respond to a text, answer a call, stuff like that. Yeah.
Any questions on that?
I need like a 101 on cryptocurrency. I'm going to be honest. Like, I know I should know it. And so does your website explain this any better?
So actually, I guess I misspoke. We don't use a cryptocurrency. We use the blockchain technology, which is like the real magic. You know, that's where the real stuff happens. So if you want, I could give you like a crash course on that, but the website doesn't talk much about it. Yeah, but it is confusing. I know it is.
Yeah. It's the way of the future. Stephanie, you want to jump in? And
this is where I'm like, I don't see my hand up, but some reason I don't see a lot of things up.
Well, we're just making the rounds, and
oh, we're required. Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make the rounds. It's a little bit easier than people raising their hands. So.
Fair enough. So I know I mentioned in general that I've actually seen this type of technology before. We're talking, I came a little late. So is this just espresso for everybody that's talking a little bit about their businesses?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I should.
Okay. All right. We didn't have a presentation I missed. And I was like, oh, I know everything about, related.
Just give me a 30-second overview of something that you're working on or your business.
So I am the now president, because we were in transition, and marketing director of Counterweight Media Inc., which is a content marketing agency. We specialize in website development, video production, search engine optimization for trade, as well as SaaS and product-based companies, and now dabbling into apps. What we're working on this year, honestly, is so that I don't pull out my hair. I've been doing this for almost 7 years, but transitioning to 2022 realizes a lot of production and things you can change. Of course, because everything's, new stuff's on your mind. And so this year it's really just, can I make my normal day more relaxing?
Nice. That's great. Yes, Matthew.
So what are you going to do to make your normal day more relaxing?
I can go in specifics, but the main thing is to not be so. I'm a perfectionist and I get really picky about, especially as I'm our main lead web developer, that I will get very anal about specific padding issues in blocks and fonts and text not being directly centered on responsiveness. And I take it personally, like it's against my own design skill if that stuff's not right. And so I'll get mad with some type of error in a theme or something for 2 hours trying to fix something. And I have to figure out the best way not to do that, just for my own sanity as well as time. And so what I'm looking at the New Year production is to do templated based padding and CSS elements of my own. I've used a lot of stuff over the years from clients and stuff I built specially, but I'd rather have like a kit. And so part of it is to, sounds bad, do more work and then to do less work. And so developing this kit, someone gave me a really good motto for this, is that in order to clean a room, you got to make it messy first and then reorganize it. And so it's basically the same way.
Got it. Yeah, nice. Ganesh, hopefully I pronounced that right. Did you want to jump in?
Yeah, hi everybody. So I think this is my first time here. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Yeah, this looks like a fun group. This was introduced to me by my friend Subbu, who is also here. He said, "Hey, I'm going to join. Why don't you join here?" So I'm currently in Amazon, running the grocery delivery business, before that, I've had a bunch of startups back in India. And I'm here kind of like looking to kind of see what kind of ideas are here and meet like-minded people who are into startups and so on. So that's what I'm here for. Yeah.
Nice. Welcome. Yeah, Sarah, you had a question?
Hi, what industry were your startups in back in India?
Oh yeah, a bunch of stuff. Like my first startup was in anti-spam and antivirus filtering. The second startup was in e-commerce. My third startup again was in e-commerce, but it was a little bit different. It was actually selling jewelry online. In India, jewelry business is big and stuff like that. So, and a bunch of other startups we did actually do a small startup where we converted old tires into diesel. Like that's like, and we were aggregating financial data and then like publishing that. Like, so yeah, bunch of startups. It was like a total of span of 14 years. So had like quite a number of different businesses I've entered, and then like. Yeah, it was great fun. Yeah.
Nice. And Tara, you had a question also?
Yes, Sarah took it, but I'll switch it a little bit. Do you plan to get back into startups, or are you staying at Amazon? And then how did you hear about 1 Million Cups?
As I told, like I heard about 1 Million Cups from Subbu, who pinged me in the yesterday night and said, "Hey, I'm going to join this. Like, why don't you come?" Definitely my long-term goal is to kind of touch 1 billion lives. I think the dance introduction resonated with me. Like I definitely want to help people with tech, and I'm in tech because I can only do tech. Just like how Rocky says, like I can't do anything else other than tech. So I can't dance. So I'm going to do tech and then make something which people want, and then which improves people's lives. Definitely, it's my long-term goal.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. And
yeah.
And just remember, I'm awful at dancing. I'm not a very good dancer, but I'll still dance. So, don't worry about that. But that's great. Thank you. And so you mentioned Subbu. So Subbu, do you want to jump in and tell us?
Yeah, hi, I'm Subbu. I've known Ganesh for 25 years now. So we went to school together back in India. He took the entrepreneurial path and I went to the corporate roles. I spent 7 years with Amazon, 7 with Microsoft before that, and now I have been 6 years with Snapchat. So but I can relate to folks here. Like I remember this was mentioning VR, so I actually launched the Snap augmented reality glasses like last May. So, and I work on the Snap infrastructure now. So like we are trying to build out our storage solution. Snap stores a large amount of data, large meaning exabytes of data, because it allows you to store how many ever snaps you want or videos you want. And it's all free. So people keep storing more and more. So this is going to cost us billions of dollars in money to keep it accessible and stored. So how to make it cheaper. So that's my latest problem I'm looking at. Yeah, before that in Amazon, I launched DynamoDB. I was a part of the storage infrastructure there. So as you hear, a lot of geeking out around technology. We both went to computer science school. So my long-term future hope is also around startups. So I figured I'll come here and see what people are talking about and how these things work out. And clearly, I come from a different world. So it's exciting. I'm glad to be here.
That's great. We're glad that you are here. Anybody have any follow-up on that or questions? Yes, Matthew.
Can you explain the Snap glass thing a little bit more? Like what exactly is that and how does it work?
I wish I had one I can show you, but it is essentially a glass that can overlay information on the world. So it's like a video screen, but you can look through it. So we call it augmented reality. So virtual reality is where like you have a completely enclosed thing, you can't see the real world. So the idea, and this is a very up and coming market, like Facebook wants to be there, Apple wants to be there, Snap wants. So Snap is the underdog, so to speak. So we now have a glass, but that's not sold essentially. It's given only to 1,500 people, but because we are still testing it out, like it's very small, like it has only like a 30-minute battery life. So we are trying to improve on all the fronts, like technology has to come ahead and like the software has to come ahead. But right now what it can do is like overlay things and like I'll try and find a video and post it on you. So you can look at like the London Bell and like it can overlay like a fancy picture on top of it and make it fun. So Snap looks at it from a fun perspective. Google and others look at it from a utility perspective.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, the augmented reality, that's something I've seen. I know some people that have companies that do augmented reality that just do some incredible stuff. So that's cool. Thank you. And oh yeah, Sheila, go ahead.
Yeah, Subbu, I just saw Snapchat in some news article where it was a very surprising placement, like a police department, or like who's using Snapchat these days?
Well, our biggest audience has always been like the teens and like the young market. So, and our biggest competitor is iMessage and WhatsApp. So like people think it's Instagram, but no, it's actually messaging applications because we are more about people talking to each other. Whenever you build and the messages go away, and it really goes away. It's not like we keep it in the server and tell people it goes away. But when we build a system like that, you always have bad actors in the system. So like 1 in a million will be a drug dealer or someone. So now obviously police department wants to track and find the drug dealers. So, but we can't really look at the messages because they're end-to-end encrypted. So how do you solve that problem? So like, can you do something more intelligent about it? Like is someone making contacts, like brand new contacts, can we infer some information from like the contact spread they have? And people don't literally say, hey, meth for sale. They use code words like, so what is the latest lingo that is in the market and whatnot? And like, can we build intelligence based on that? And I mean, and there are, I'm assuming dealers, I'm taking dealers as one example, like they have a set customer base who they always talk to, but they are also entrepreneurs. Like they want to reach out to new kids. So how do they do? They use our infrastructure and we don't want them to be using that infrastructure to do that. So how do we protect the kids? So that's where like we work with the police department and the government essentially. Like at the end of the day, we run under the jurisdiction of the countries we operate in. So we try and help out within to the extent we can, right? Like, so on the one hand, people want the privacy where like everything's encrypted, nobody can see it. And on the other hand, governments want to keep tabs on the kids and people do. So
yeah, great. Well, thank you. And I see Michelle. Michelle's actually going to be presenting here in a little while, so we get a little preview. Michelle, could you tell us a little bit about what you're doing?
Hi, I'm Michelle Tran-Marins. I'm the founder and CEO of We Sparkle. We help small business owners save time and increase their revenues via a suite of really easy to use software tools. And yeah, really excited to be here. I'll be presenting February 2nd, I believe. And so I just wanted to join the community and learn more about you. I actually am a volunteer coordinator of the 1 Million Cups in Minneapolis, where I am based. So it's really nice. I love Seattle. My mom worked in Seattle for a time and I have a lot of friends there. So I'm hoping when it's safer to travel again that I'll be able to go up and visit them some more and maybe meet some of you in person at some point.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's cool. It's fun to have that connection way back. Any questions for Michelle? Comments on things? We're saving them all for when she presents, huh? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, go ahead, Tira.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Katie.
What is, you said you have a suite of tools. So is there one tool that like either your customers are the most excited about or that you're the most excited about?
So the suite includes Sparkle Site, Scheduler, and Assistant. We started with the Sparkle Assistant, which is probably my favorite. It's a conversational AI assistant or a digital assistant that helps you with kind of those tedious tasks that maybe you don't really want to do, like schedule meetings or appointments, answer frequently asked questions from your customers. And it also does some upselling for you as well as encouraging customer reviews from your clients. So that's probably the one I'm most excited about, but you know, they all kind of work together. We really target very early stage businesses. I think someone mentioned earlier, it's kind of fun. I think Anthony mentioned working with really early stage businesses because they're just getting started. They have an idea, but trying to help them bring that into life. And I think especially with the Great Resignation and more people starting a side hustle or a business, it's really fun working with them and helping them bring that idea to life.
Well, great. Did you have something, Tira, also that you were asking for?
Maybe if I understood right, Michelle, the site is like a link tree, similar, right? Maybe can you talk about, because I already want to switch over, it's on my list. Can you talk about the differences between WeSparkle and Linktree? Because I think Linktree we're all kind of aware of that one, but what sets WeSparkle apart in that with that product?
Yeah, so we're kind of like Linktree, but more than just links. You can sell products, you can sell services, so people can actually book appointments with you. So instead of, you know, having a Linktree and then a Calendly or some other tool like that, it's all in one place. You can place lead magnets there. So a lot of times businesses will get new customers by creating some sort of downloadable, a white paper, an ebook, something that people can download and then they gather their email addresses. So you can put that right on your Sparkle site, you know, and then obviously, you know, mass text them, mass email them from our platform. And so it just makes it easy to have all in one place, but really simple, easy to use, because a lot of the business owners we work with are, you know, they will be the first to say they're not very tech savvy. So they don't want to necessarily create a full-blown website. They might not even have their business name finalized, their products or services finalized. So just to get up and running, testing out the market, it's really easy to get that up and running.
Great. Cool. Well, thank you. We'll look forward to learning a little bit more later. Jolene, you haven't gone yet, right?
No, I haven't, but
Okay.
I will go. Okay. So I'm Jolene Stevens. Last year, actually a year ago, I launched an app to help the travel industry, really travel agents, travel agency owners, create really beautiful itineraries for their clients that were easily duplicatable. And so it should save them a good amount of time. So they're not, because so often we have clients that do the same things. And so to save time and make it a little bit more professional, there's a lot of hobbyists out there in this industry, and making them look a little bit better is also part of my goal. So I did that. I also own a travel agency that specializes in Disney vacations. That's how I got into the app world. And I'm super excited this week because I'm doing kind of like my first class on like how to save time with my app. And so far I've got 25 people who are showing up. So like, I'm thrilled about that. I picked up a couple more clients this week. So that's, or subscribers, I should say. So I'm super psyched. So that's what I do.
That's great. And any comments or questions on that? Anybody have, Katie, you have something?
This is a silly question, but
Okay.
so in order to be a travel agency and provide like a software product that like caters to the Disney travel agency folks, like how often do you have to go to the parks in order to like keep all your stuff and your knowledge up to date?
Personal research, right?
So actually,
Right.
so on the app
This
side,
expense.
I know on the app side, you don't have to go to the park like that. You don't really. I mean, for the class, it's definitely going to help me give real world examples and give really good information from that standpoint. But from the app, not so much. From what's going on in the parks these days, it's really helpful to know how, because they've changed their systems and their games. It's so complicated now. And there's all of these like little nickel and dime upsells, which I'm not a big fan of. It's actually the travel agency world is not as fun because I feel like I'm the bearer of bad news. Like, hey, it's going to be another $50 for this now. And I'm like, that's not my game. So I'm like, I'm going to just focus on the app because that's better. That brings me more joy.
Nice. Thank you.
I have a
William,
question.
what do you got?
Yeah, William, go ahead.
Is the app just for Disney itineraries, or is it can be used for anything?
It can be used for anything. Really, what I created, a couple things. There's other companies out there that do this currently, but they did not have the Disney library in them, and so you had to create all that content. And so for me, I was like, well, I just focus on Disney. There's a ton of people that just focus on like Disney and Universal. And so my app really was to cater to that niche of people who only do Disney and Universal. Now, as I go on, I will add other areas. So I'll put New York City in there. I'll put Paris in there. I'll put London in there. But right now, content is Disney Universal based.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's cool. We'll look for that later.
Yeah.
So probably next week, right? So then we have.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So William, since your voice is warmed up there, why don't you jump in?
Yeah, well, hey, thanks for having me. My name is Will. I'm a video strategist. I actually just moved to the area. I'm from Ohio, so I'm here in Tacoma now. What I do is I partner with small businesses, brands. I understand what kind of problems they're having, understand what kind of growth plans they have, and I create video assets. I produce videos, and utilizing those videos, I help achieve those goals, help solve those problems. I also partner with digital marketing firms to create promo videos that can be utilized on social media to help target those dream clients that you have. So yeah, that's me. I'm the video guy.
Great. Any questions for Will? And welcome to the area, by the way. That's cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Happy to be
Yeah,
here.
Matthew.
Yeah. How do you work with clients outside of your geographic footprint, if you do at all?
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm still figuring that out. I have one potential client that's actually in Croatia. So how I work with that is it's kind of in a joint relationship with a travel agency, funny enough. So basically they'll fly us out there and we'll produce a video. So I usually work for a lower fee when it comes to travel, just because I like to travel. So basically it's like a trade-off. I'll produce a video for you and you
provide the travel experience for me. But if it's something like if I have a client back in Ohio, I basically charge them like the plane ticket, and that's about it. So it's a little bit more expensive than what I would do for like a regional position, but not by much. Yeah.
Great. And Sarah, you had a question?
Yeah, I was just interested to find out if you have a website that lays out your services and pricing.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of redeveloping my website to illustrate that. But I do have a website.
I think
I can
Katie
link it.
put it in the chat.
Oh, she did. Oh,
Yep, she did.
just seen it. There we go.
She did, yeah.
That was
anticipating
very
all this
efficient.
stuff. Yes, very
Being a
efficient.
super, I'm being a super creeper here today. So just like finding
No,
all
it's
y'all.
good. I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. In terms of like packages and pricing and stuff, it's really dependent on what someone needs. Because like we charge on a video basis, right? And some businesses, they might need 10 videos to implement a really great strategy. They might need 20. Maybe it's someone that is creating a course and they want 100 videos. So it's hard to give you like a flat line of like how much something would cost. I do like free discovery meetings where I meet with someone, understand what problems they have, and then create a strategy and then sit down with them what it might look like to buy a package.
Yeah. That's cool.
Great, thanks.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sarah, maybe you could jump in next then.
Sure. Hi, I'm Sarah. I run Grace Enable, and we make better joint support for people with arthritis. And that's important because arthritis is the leading cause of disability in the USA. And so having products like compression gloves and wrist braces help people to continue doing the things they love. We are different from most of the orthopedic bracing competitors out there, because we believe that aesthetics and comfort are as important as function, and we design our products to attract compliments and not stares. So our big priority right now is that I'm closing a distribution deal in the UK with the biggest arthritis charity there, and they're going to, fingers crossed, our products should be on sale with them by the end of the month, which is very exciting.
Great.
Yeah, I'm also really focusing on production stuff. I'm sure everybody is well aware of various supply chain shenanigans that are going on right now. So that affects our business. So dealing with a lot of stuff around that. And then the other cool thing we're doing though is I got together with a bunch of people in the arthritis world, including influencers and experts, and we're running a big online event on the 5th of February, and it's called the Arthritis Life Hack Extravaganza, and it's by arthritis patients for arthritis patients, with lots of great information about how to live your best life with joint pain.
Great. Very nice. Anything for Sarah? Comment or question? I know that, yes, Matthew, go ahead.
What inspired you to get into that work?
So I have rheumatoid arthritis and use many of these products. I used to work in the corporate world as a project manager for various big companies and doing technology projects. And, you know, I would have to wear these products at work. So wrist braces, compression gloves, and I would just get a lot of people saying obnoxious things to me. In the course of my career, I realized I could no longer work in that profession because it's very hard to do that with a serious chronic health condition. And when I left, I realized that I wasn't the only person who was fed up with how ugly and uncomfortable these products are. I also run a big online community for people with arthritis, and it's something people constantly moan about. So I got together with a hand therapist and we decided to do something about it and started designing our own products and went to market last year.
Nice. Great.
And you're killing it, right?
Yeah,
kind of.
Exactly. Yes, that's great.
We're getting there. It's bumpy. You know, it's like anything.
Yeah, that's great.
Ups and downs.
Yeah. I don't think we've heard from Sheila yet. Sheila, do you want to jump in there?
Hi, yeah. As I sit here going like this, wanting to look up my daily, what is the anatomy of the hand anyway? I'm your customer, Sarah. Hi, I'm Sheila Seiden, and I have Resource Strategies, and I am working with social enterprise leaders, whether they're in for-profit or nonprofit, to de-stress. So definitely make your normal day more relaxing, because that's where the creative mindset can actually operate, is within a relative calm of the brain, and working with them to de-stress, create a leader culture that engages stakeholders, and to connect. So what I'm working on right now is developing, and I started at the end of last year, so continuing a happy hour where people can come and connect with one another and practice conversations around sustainability, stakeholder engagement, de-stressing, all these things that will help us create the business of the future. So anybody who has put their contact info in the chat, I'll love to invite you to the happy hour this year. It'll be on the third Thursday. And I don't really have a theme yet, but it'll be fun. I have had really great feedback that these are Zoom meetings unlike any other.
Nice, thank you. Any items for Sheila? Oh, I know Sheila's one of the regulars, so we might all be familiar with that. And Sheila, also, I appreciate, I know that you and I did like a little bit of a deep dive on what you do, so I appreciate you taking time to do that previously. So, okay, so I think I'm going to jump in, and I believe I'm the last person that everybody has gone. And Katie, you have breakout rooms ready?
Matthew, did you go?
I have not gone.
Oh, okay. See, now that's why I say that, because I know I forget somebody.
No worries.
This is a problem, Matthew, is you ask a lot of questions, and I'm like, oh,
I know, right?
Yeah,
so
sorry, my bad. You jump in for us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Matthew Hegg. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you, everyone who's new and first timers. Yeah, so I've been in the accounting profession for over 15 years now, which is, I think, an odd thing to say for somebody who's also been a professional and practicing artist as well. But in the world of accounting, it's been about helping people, or helping entrepreneurs, to find the resources they need to be able to embrace the number side of their business, so that they can effectively chart a path forward that's profitable for them, and creates financial abundance and wellness. And so this year I'm launching a new project in extension of that work, which is about helping artists, specifically 10,000 artists, to achieve financial freedom. So if you know a creative professional who is fed up with the money game or the money trap that they're caught in, please connect them with me, because I'd love to chat with them about their path towards financial freedom. Thank you.
Nice, thank you. And again, I'll just say I love finances. So I know not everybody gets excited about it, but the business finances, I should say. So personal finances, I don't know if I can balance my own checkbook, but there's that. Any questions for Matthew?
Yes.
Yeah,
I have
Tira.
a question. So I know this is super new, as in like 5 days maybe, but what stage of the process are you in now?
Yeah, I mean, I've been digesting the project for a while, and doing some research. In fact, I watched a movie called God, what was it? The Big. It was about the 2008
Short. A Big Short.
The Big Short. Thank you. Yes. So I've been really going back to, like, what is my money story as an artist, and what has informed me along the way. And one of the things I'm doing right now is writing a blog article about my money story. But I think basically building the infrastructure, thinking about the systems to distribute the content, looking at a YouTube channel as sort of the primary method for delivering the content. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now in the ideation and creation. I'm actually in the midst of buying my domain, which is also fun and scary, because then you start committing to things, but whatever.
Yeah, that's great.
I love this.
All right. Anybody else? Okay, so excuse me. I'll do mine, and then that should wrap us up. And afterwards, we're going to go into breakout rooms, just as a reminder. So hi, I'm Dan. So I had a small business that I built over 31 years. I've now exited that. My business partner still has both that business and another software platform that we built out in the meantime. But what I realized was there's a lot of small business owners out there that are either the visionary kind of big picture people, or maybe they're just growing like crazy and they just ran out of bandwidth. And their business lacks those foundational process and systems and the operational health to really grow their business or get them to the next plateau. So I just started, this month is officially launching a consultancy so that I can go in and help small business owners achieve those things and work with their existing team and resources to help them move along and kind of tighten up things in their own businesses. So, and obviously I'm still working on how I pitch this, so not very tight. Yeah, Katie, go ahead.
So how would somebody know that they need you over someone else?
Well, I will say this, there are companies that have, that are subject matter experts. So like if you say, I need a subject matter expert on this thing, this one item, that's probably not me. Or if my business is crushing it, but I just need a personal coach or an executive coach for my leadership team, probably I'm not the right fit. I think where a business owner knows that they need me is that they don't know what they need in the first place. They need somebody to come in and look at the big picture and figure out, okay, these are the elements that we need to plug in and what you might need to prioritize. So if you have a plan, you have a strategic plan, you have all that nailed down, and you just need help in very specific areas, that's probably not where I'm going to provide value. It's where just kind of digesting the big picture and figuring out how we might help.
Nice.
Anything else? Okay, so we're going to jump into breakout rooms. And Katie?
Yeah, so today has been amazing. Thank you all for joining us and for letting me snoop on all your LinkedIn profiles and your websites. But if you don't know, you can download the chat. If you go into the chat, you can click on the 3 little dots on the far right corner, and it should give you the option to save the chat. But you'll also see that Tiara just dropped in a Google Doc that we just whipped up to try to capture everybody's contact info. So pop over there if you want to keep the connections going, because that's really what this is all about. So breakout rooms are going to happen here shortly. You can feel free to go when you are full or when you have to, but mark your calendar for next week. We'll be here every week on Wednesdays, and here come the breakout rooms. Bye.